Now let's go to our guest this evening, Michael Dineen of Suburban Gangsters, the author of Suburban Gangsters. Can you? I don't even want. I love to hear you let us know everything that there is to know about Suburban Gangsters. I looked into it a little bit, but I like to know where it all started.
I started in the beginning. Basically, my friends and I, we started smoking pot when we were like, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, and that went right up through high school. And we started screwing around a lot, not paying attention in school. You know, my schoolwork started to suffer, and we kind of backed ourselves into a corner. I mean, back then everybody was wanted to get rich quick and everything, right? But we were all getting kicked out of school by the time we were in 12th grade and everything. So there weren't a whole lot of options for us, you know, to get out there and do something that was going to make us rich quick. And the cocaine had exploded, you know, probably around 84, 85, really, really, really big. And that was the one opportunity, I think, that just jumped out at us. And at the time, it seemed like a good choice. But later on, we would find out it would be a very big career move. And so the story basically follows us from there. And over about 2 decades.
So this is all true? All true?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes. And, you know, it follows us around as we, you know, start becoming young drug dealers and everything. And we kind of rise to power in Long Island where we were, which was Huntington.
Oh, wow.
And it gets very, very involved, the story.
Nice.
And, you know, there's a lot of drug usage, and there's just...
How about jail? Any of you guys go to jail from this?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Are you staying in contact with them anymore?
Some of them I still talk to.
Are they a part of? I mean, are they working with you with the book and all that stuff?
No, the book I wrote on my own. I changed some names.
So this is your
stuff.
crew of guys, then, basically, what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
And where did it all start?
Like I said, Huntington, New York, and we kind of started to branch out after that because once we started selling the cocaine, things just got bigger and bigger, and it kind of took on a life of its own after a while, and we made other connections and stuff. Once we were doing that, we came in contact with a robbery crew, some guys out of the city. They were known as the Crash and Carry Gang by the FBI, and this whole thing became intertwined and everything. We got involved in each other's business and everything, and the story follows all that around till the end. You know, the drugs end up taking their toll on most of the people in there, you know, in the story. And if that isn't, jail usually took them away.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's. I mean, that's how one sounds like a hell of a book. You know, I was very interested in it because, you know, we had the show. We do a lot of different things, Italian American or whatever, street stuff. We try to bring back the thought of hanging on a corner and growing up throughout the streets of Newark or New York, and this is right up our alley when it comes to talking about. We're trying to promote a book. So it tells you the story of a real life. Gang, I guess you want to say?
I would look at it like this. I mean, most people obviously know who the mafia is. With that explosion of the cocaine, what it did is it gave birth to the independent criminal organizations, to where you didn't have to be in the mafia to be able to make money, and make a lot of it.
Yeah.
And
but did you had a crash head somewhere along the way? No?
Oh yeah. Everybody either went to jail or died.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You want to tell us a story? You got anything good?
It's about any particular person, or
something that comes to mind. Like if you're trying to, even if you're in conversation with somebody and you just want to just draw a story out. Because I have tons of stories coming out of Newark. I've done stuff, as a kid growing up. We did, a lot of us did.
I can make across.
But what I'm saying is,
make his head spin.
I mean. I think I've said a few already. I mean, but if you have anything you'd like to share, I mean, that may be even in the book, just to give somebody a reason to really want to find out more about.
Well, basically, what you're saying is also, you know, you had your crew and you connected with other groups, but you're also coming at a time where you're also other people's territory that were doing the same, and that's when it probably got to some
we didn't really have too many problems
levels
with that, because nobody really wanted to have that kind of problem with us. I mean, a lot of the guys that I was with were trained in the martial arts. I worked out for 10 years with a guy named Richie Barathy of American Combat Karate, and we were pretty good as far as being able to handle ourselves and stuff. But we we didn't get over greedy as far as trying to branch out too far to where we were stepping on people's toes and stuff. You know, we were smart like that. But it's such a dangerous thing. There are so many pitfalls along the way, not even with something just like that. I mean, you got the cops, you got everybody around you who's looking to stab you in the back. I mean, people just cut each other's throat like it's commonplace in that, you know, in that lifestyle. So.
Well, what can I ask a question? What kind of money are you talking about? You would be making like, and I don't know what year this was.
1985. We started out. We were making like $5,000 a week, tax free. I mean, that was just a start, and then you know things started to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Wow.
Now you did that each is 5,000 each or 5,000 as a group.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Some more than that. It got a lot more. The stakes got raised. As time went on.
What was your most dangerous moment like that you could recall?
It's weird. Like what capacity? Like there was so many dangerous moments over a 25-year period. But I think the most dangerous thing I did is at one point my training partner and who was also my drug partner, he had got busted, and so what I did is they were closing in on me at that point. They were trying to take out basically everyone that we were with. And so I could feel everything tightening around me. So what I did is a cop had something to one of my friends about he wanted to take down the guy who set my training partner up. So my friend said to him, well, if you're going to do that, you're going to need Mike. And so the cop says, I don't want to, I've been trying to bust him for years or something like that. So my friend says, just talk to him. And I ended up hooking up with this police officer, and I became a voluntary informant.
Oh.
Sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
I did it as a business move, as a calculated business decision, because when you're in that line of work, there's only one thing that counts, and that is survival.
Yeah.
Okay? Nothing else
Are you saying
matters.
kind of like
Like Whitey Bulger?
that's what I was going to say.
Exactly like that, except we were like 23 years old,
Oh, wow.
and Bulger was a grown man.
Yeah,
at the time.
right.
Like we were young kids, and like,
shit.
You were young doing this. Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah.
I started
And
really young too.
Yeah.
How about
did- were you-
did you have any trouble with the mob?
no, a couple of the guys that were in the Crash and Carry gang did. And
They had to be selling too, right? They had to have their people.
what
out
they
there.
did is, I don't know if it's mentioned names.
No, don't mention names.
No,
you don't
yeah,
have
you
to
don't have to
mention
mention
names.
One of the guys who used to be a big crime
Unless they're
boss
dead,
in New York
I mean,
or
I
whatever, and it was passed down to
Unless they're dead.
his relative or
If
whatever.
they're dead, we don't give a fuck.
And he started sweating one of the guys that was that lived not too far from him, and wanted him to get in. He wanted a piece of what he was doing, and our buddy told him basically to take a walk, and nothing really came out of it. It was close, but
Nice. Nah. Crazy. I can only imagine. You know, I grew like you said. You know, I became a firefighter at 19, and I was doing stuff like crazy stuff like when I was 15, 14. Those too. Like we were all hanging out. Well, a lot of us did stuff. I went through to the fire department, and I realized around 23, it was either time to like I'd cool it down or I'd end up in jail. And thank God I did, because something came down after that, and I would have been involved. But growing up in the streets, you know, you that's the whole point. I'm sure you guys were just friends looking to make a buck.
that's how it started. But like when you get involved in that line of work or that business, it's everything else that goes with it. It just turns ugly. It taints everything and everybody around it. It really does.
Was there specific clubs that in New York that you targeted? Coming in and out of New York, like the Palladium. Like, did you go to certain clubs where you provided it internally? Did you hit college campuses? What were your targets?
The college campus is one of the ones I exploited. big
Anybody
time.
who's looking to be a drug dealer, just take this advice,
Yeah.
because you're making
Right.
a lot of money.
Oh,
one day.
listen,
Just be
it's
careful
not
with
a
stuff.
lot
The
of-
cameras today, not like
Listen, I was
yesterday.
going to say, there's
So-
with surveillance everywhere. You know, it's not. But
No, I
back in
say
the day,
No, I say it's funny because just before you say that, we did firefighter videos. So we did the firefighter videos and showed how you get into like break a lock and get into the house. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's good." They showed everybody. Not only you showed firefighters how to get in the house, now you showed the criminals how to
Criminals.
break
All
into
the
the
criminals
house.
are learning.
You know, we worked when it first started out. We got everybody in the neighborhood, but then a lot of my friends were starting to go away to school and everything, and I was the first one to exploit that. I said, "Wow, he went up there. And it was just we couldn't give him enough of everything, and it would just go and go. It was an endless appetite for it."
How did you last I don't know how many years it was without getting caught. Is what I want to know.
I would have been caught, obviously. I had some really close calls and stuff, but had I not decided to join forces with the cops and feds, they let me deal while I was working for them. The cop says to me, he's like, "Hey, Mike, I don't care what you do. All right, I don't want to hear about it." He goes, just please don't sell any cocaine. And I was like, all right. So me and my second partner, we took that and we just ran with it, And
You basically had an easy pass.
I had to get out of jail free card.
Well, can I ask you how many of you were in the group that where you trusted each other totally? Like how many?
There was me and my first partner, and then me and my second partner.
So
Big
there's
Ray.
4 years, 3 years.
3 years, yeah, that's it. I really don't trust after everything that happened. Like I would never trust anybody ever again.
Yeah.
It is that dangerous. If you screw up and trust somebody,
It's
it
more
ends
than
up coming
the
back.
greed
at
was
some
more
point.
than anything else.
So let me ask the crazy question. Obviously there's no name. Where were we getting this stuff?
With the cocaine?
Yeah.
You're getting in the city.
don't ask that
Jackson
question.
Heights.
I'm just wondering.
Jackson Heights, we getting the coke from.
So
From the mob, from
I'm just
No, from Colombians in there.
Colombian.
There you
Oh
go.
wow. Okay.
That's the
They're
place
part
to
of
go.
some
though.
cartel, yeah.
Wow.
That's
You
what you
don't
know
ask
pretty
that,
much.
man.
If you can find a
this
good
was
Colombian
in
that
the
knows
late
it.
80s.
I told you, you don't ask that question, man. I told you.
Well, listen, anybody look for a good Colombian,
Wow.
and you should be fine. No,
you need people like me.
yeah.
So you can punch up and say, "That's my guy." Oh, by the way, what happened to Angel? He's been MIA.
Yeah, Angel
Chi-Chi.
Salazar, Chi-Chi, where you been?
No, listen.
He pops up every now and
I
then.
guarantee you,
He's
if
doing a comedy
Chi-Chi
show.
was here, he'd have a million questions for you.
Oh, forget
The
it.
yayo.
Yeah.
Salazar.
He's a master.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking
know what
about
we're
in this
talking about,
conference.
He's in Miami.
Probably-
He knows too. He
probably
tell
hang out with
Angel Salazar.
Probably
too.
was hanging
He
out with
He was
himself.
probably
He was one of his customers.
His customer.
Maybe.
I would
Angel,
not
where'd
put
you
it- I
at,
would
man?
not doubt
Where
it
you
one
been,
bit.
Angel?
Angel,
we
where'd you
got
at,
just
man?
a guy who will tell you all the inside information.
I think
right?
he's in Miami.
Angel's going, no say my name. No say my name. No, that's great. Angel's the best. I love Angel. Wherever you are, Angel, you're always welcome.
Of course.
But now
We gotta have the vino though. Which one? Let's see. This trivia. Which vino would be on the table for
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Hey, you know what? Actually, Angel was at Dan Romano's birthday party.
Was he?
Yeah,
Oh,
last
I didn't
right?
know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
last week.
Wow. And, oh, by the way, happy birthday, Dan Romano. Sorry we couldn't be there.
Happy
Of course,
birthday.
you know
Romano.
if we could, we would.
Yeah.
But
So now the book though, the Suburban Gangsters. What made you just come to a point to just say, look, I'm writing this? How did you begin writing this book?
Back in the early 90s, when a lot of this stuff was going on, we were involved with the cops and the feds and everything. And we had put together a major bust for them where they swept the whole town and a bunch of other people. They seized 30 cars, boats, they took like 3 houses. Oh, wow. And so right after that happened, one of my friends says to me, you got to write a book about this stuff. And it just sat. I said, yeah, I should do that one day, but I never really did it. But I always thought about it. And I got one of my friends. I had mentioned something around the year 2000 to one of my friends, and but he kind of just brushed it off or whatever. I moved into Brooklyn in 2002, I believe it was. I had fallen into a really bad drug spell myself. It almost cost me my life. I got the heroin really, really bad.
Oh.
And when I got back, when I was finally sober and everything, I got back, I started saying to myself, now would be the time. I hadn't been in school. The last time I did any meaningful in school was in 9th grade. So you're talking like over 30 years since I had been in school. So I started to sit down. I wrote a couple of paragraphs, and I called some girl I know. She's actually a writer herself. And I read it to her, and she said, that's really, really good. Keep going. So she gave me a little bit of encouragement, and next thing you know, I went a little bit further and a little bit further. And slowly, surely, I got it done.
Is it the whole story? To the beginning
No,
to the
it's
end?
only half the stories in that book. I mean, I left stuff out.
Are you looking to continue it?
If I get the series out of this thing,
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff's going in.
Yeah.
At least what I can put in without getting anybody in too much trouble.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't need
But is
to.
the book out right now?
Yeah.
It is out.
Yeah,
It's out now.
Suburban
Okay.
Gangsters. You could see it on our screen. We have it posted.
So just bringing up that Angel Salazar, it's Chi-Chi. You've seen the scene, right? in Scarface?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Come on.
So-
I mean, like you could the cat saw the scene.
Hold on a
You
minute.
could look at anybody saw that scene.
Let me get to my my point.
No. The cat.
Well, not Giuseppe
Talking
Gatto.
about the cat outside that was walking by the.
So-
Everybody
I think
saw
I
that
could-
scene.
So
think I
that
know every line
what
in the
went
whole
what
movie.
went through your mind? Because we're talking about the period of time when the film came out. That you guys, was that inspiring to you, or was that something you thought about could be a consequence?
Everything it inspired a lot of people. I'll tell you that much. A lot of people got the wrong message from that film. You know,
I'm saying that was your time. That was around the same time.
yes, it was
So
right
what-
after that.
So was that? Did you use that as kind of like a guide?
Starting point, or
I would say, yeah, it kind of put the idea in some of our heads, no doubt.
yeah, that's
And then we took the baton and ran with it.
it's a crazy life. It's
exactly.
definitely
How
a crazy
old were
life.
you when it all ended? When you basically, when the bust happened and everything.
When I stopped dealing around 2001, at that point I was dealing heroin, basically just to support my habit. And after that, I walked away because the cops were trying to bust me. And at this point, the guy that I was working for years ago, he wanted nothing to do with me. He's like, Mike, till you clean up your act, you're fair game right now.
Wow. Wow.
That's.
But he did do a lot for me when I was working with him. My kid's mother robbed a pharmacy while I was working with him, and he actually got the call to go to the pharmacy and see what had happened. And he called me up, and he was like, I said, yeah, it was I found him and stuff. He goes, do me a favor, just get rid of it.
That's it's a crazy life for sure.
But you know what? What's the excitement of it? I'm just asking now. Is it the money? Is it you may get caught? Obviously there's something that's driving you to keep going.
Like a gambler? Like
Yeah, you know,
Power that you had.
Like
again,
In the
like
beginning, it was probably a little bit of everything. The girls coming after you, you got the money, you're feeling like something more than you are, and
A superhero.
like you're almost like a superhero.
Rush.
okay.
You get the rush.
You get the rush, exactly.
You get the
That's
rush,
right.
yeah, and but that fades though over time. After a while, I mean, to me, the business became more of a nuisance after a while because it was causing a lot of aggravation and stuff. Trying to maintain a business like that and keep everybody in line and keep everything flowing correctly, and it's not an easy thing to do. And there's too many chances of you getting in trouble. You got to be watching your six all the time.
How many customers did you have?
Oh my God, probably.
But did you have to write all these down? I mean, if you have that
Well,
many
no, I'm
customers,
trying to
don't-
think.
Some
Back
stuff I
then they
did.
didn't have the cell phone.
I know.
What
I
year
doc.
was
It
this?
was a lot harder back then. You had
Yeah,
to keep
sure.
The
logs
payphones.
and stuff,
Payphones.
books.
beepers.
Yeah, be
When we first started, we talked on our own phones and stuff. This is when we first started. But we quickly learned right away what to do and what not to do.
Right.
We switched to the pay phones. We had the beepers and everything.
Wow.
Got a lot
Say
of quarters
Should
in
be
your
a
pocket.
movie.
Lot
Must
of
have been
quarters.
beeping, beep, 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 beep. You're getting vibrated all the time.
Yeah.
Brr,
Wow.
brr,
So I'm telling
money.
you, it's just a
It was
crazy
like-
life.
You heard the vibrator go off.
Why? No, I was gonna say, is that the next thing?
Well, right now, I'm trying to get a series out of it.
Yeah, because I heard you say a series. Okay.
I got a couple people working
nice
on
name, Suburban
on trying to
Gangsters.
push that for me. Yeah, I don't know if the series would be called that, but we're going to keep the story, and that's what counts.
Wow.
It's a wild story. If you get a chance, pick it up and read it. I forgot to bring some copies tonight.
How do you find? Is it available?
It's available on Amazon. You can pick it up on
Amazon.
Amazon.
And what about Barnes and Noble? Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble, they can order it for you. You can order it through their
So
website.
when was it officially published?
January 16th, 2018.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's been out a
And
while. Okay.
and so it's been out, and Amazon is the. What about any other?
No, right now that's the go-to spot for. I mean, there's other places that list it online, but I would stick with Amazon.
Are there
Be
any
safest bet.
websites or Facebook pages that you have that you could send people to look into it more? Is there
I haven't yet. I do a lot of social media with myself. Pushing it out there to do it. That's basically how I've been getting the word around right now. But it's starting to get a little bit of a name for itself because there's a lot of people talking about it now.
yeah, I mean, it's very interesting.
I think it's fascinating.
I didn't know what it was about. I wanted to hear from you and find out more about it. I'm going to pick up a copy.
too.
I'll support everything.
We'll
And
order.
hopefully, we could do more. Maybe like I told you when you got here, we do a lot of conventions. Hopefully, things open up. Talk to a few people at a convention. Maybe get you a spot at the table if they're doing
That
a
would be
Soprano con. You'd be
fantastic. Thank
perfect
you.
at a mob movie con, right?
yeah,
What do you think?
absolutely.
Perfect spot. And but there's so much, Joe. You were supposed to be a mob movie con. Are they still doing it? Mm-hmm. Harris.
July 24th and 25th.
Okay, so we got to talk to who? Bruce or Mike?
Mike, yeah.
To
you
try
know,
to see if we get him a
Sure,
spot.
yeah.
I think he's a perfect spot.
Yeah.
Perfect guy to put a table with all his books in front.
Absolutely.
Great attraction.
Exposure and
You buy a
everything,
book,
absolutely.
you get a free 8-ball, man.
And believe it or not, if I'm
That'll
not
be a good
mistaken,
sell.
Angel Salazar is supposed to be there, right?
Is he?
Isn't he one of the
Yes,
guests?
I believe so. Yes.
He's one of the guests, so we'll bring him over
Oh,
to
yeah,
you.
mob con.
Nice. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Angel's a good friend of ours. I took the first time I met Angel. But the first time I actually picked Angel up and hung out with him, I took him to the place down Neck on Elm Street.
Which one?
The one on the corner.
Always knew it.
The famous place.
The Spanish restaurant.
Oh my
Talking
God!
about. You're talking about
It's at the end of Pacific. It's on the corner over there, up on Elm Street. On Elm Street.
Hold
Oh
on.
my
I'll
God!
tell
It's
you
famous
later.
place on the corner.
In New York.
Kazavashka. I took him to Kazavashka. I said, Angel wanted a Cuban sandwich. I said, Angel, it's lunchtime. I said,
Sandwich.
forget about it. I'll bring you to a nice place. I took him to Kazavashka. It was quiet. The owner was there. We sat down, and he orders oxtail. And I said, all right. I ordered like a squid. I ordered like a seafood salad. So he gets the oxtail, sitting in front, and he goes, I got to go to the bathroom. I said, all right. Now the bathroom was right behind the table, the chair he was sitting in, and he's in the bathroom. Got a good 15 minutes.
He was.
I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And he comes out, and now he's all banged up, and he wants Chardonnay. So I give him Chardonnay.
God.
He's eating the oxtail. He's eating it. And I'm like, and we're having, and the owner comes over. And I'm like, you know what he is? Yeah, oh, I recognize you. And it was Angel. Every time you're with him, it's always something crazy's happening. He's just
What about
he's
when-
a lot of fun. He's
What
a
about
lot of fun.
Listen, check this out. We went when we did the it was a fireman comedy show, right?
Yeah,
For the
yeah,
firemen
yeah. Oh,
at
this
the
is-
Iberia Peninsula.
Yep.
And they put out a serious spread, and all of a sudden he goes, "Hey, jump in. Come over here a minute." He goes, I'm gonna go crazy. I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I didn't get my lottery tickets."
Yeah.
I said,
Now he's supposed to go on the
so I'm
headline
thinking
the
he's
show.
I'm waiting for him to, like a punchline. Think he's gonna make a joke. He goes, "Hey, Jumper, can you take me out real quick before I go up and go get some tickets with me?" I said, "You serious?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm serious." All right. I
And
said- I
the
said,
comedian
had a
that
hot
was
number.
already up there doing her act, he goes on after.
he goes, "I have to."
All right, so go ahead.
So then
300 people
So,
in the room.
so I'm like,
300 people.
he goes, I go, "Where do you want to go?" He goes, "I don't know. What do you think?" I said, "I think there's a CBS or something outside. Come on, let's go." And so he gets on his jacket and he gets all ready. He was so damn serious.
They went all the way to Penn Station.
We went.
Oh, my
So I go, "Wait a minute, they're closed." He goes, "Wait a minute." I go, "Hold on a minute." We walk in the liquor store and the guy goes, "I'm sorry, but we're closed." "What do you mean we're closed?" I opened the door. I came inside and I'm ready to go. He goes, "I'm sorry, sir. We cannot sell you any tickets. We are closed." He says, "Oh man." He goes, "Come on, where are we gonna go now?" I said, "Dude, we got to walk 2 blocks. There's Penn Station." I said, "There's a magazine shop in there." He goes, "Let's go." So we go all the way down meanwhile, I'm saying to myself, he's got to go on next.
Oh,
He's getting
my
me.
God.
I was like, "Let's go." We go over there. They're closed. So we come outside. He goes, "You don't understand, man. This is gonna screw me up if I don't get these tickets. This could be the night. I always play, and this could be the night I'm gonna win, and I'm not playing the ticket." I said, "Dude, you gotta go."
Meantime,
on
I'm at the
stage."
event going, where the hell is Angel?
And so finally I go, "Listen, let me go jump engineer into action." I go, "Hey, guy, he's sitting right there waiting for, picking up somebody right at Penn Station." I go, "You know who this guy is?" He goes, "No." I go, "Dude, this is Chi-Chi. You remember Scarface with Al Pacino on the scene?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, yeah." I go, "Listen, I'm going to let him get in the cab. We're gonna jump in, get in the cab, and we're going to go all the way to the place he's telling me that, where he usually stops around here." He goes, "I got another place." He goes, "Get in." We get in there. We go all the way to the gas station. This is all going on.
And
We
they're
don't-
closed.
You
Huh?
were at the event.
And
What?
they're
No.
was the
We
same
finally,
night?
the guy, the taxi driver got so excited. So he goes, "I got the best place." He goes, "No, I got a place for you. I got a place for you." We go to the gas station. We go and get the lottery tickets. You see him like fucking a kid at the candy store. And then and the guy comes out and I go, "Okay, now you get a free picture." He goes, smiles, brings us right back to the spot. He fucking walks in, boom, ready for the act.
Yeah. is always
That
something
was
with
my
Angel.
that was my adventure with Chi
It's
Chi.
always something with Angel.
He texted me a picture of Humphrey Bogart one night. I never called him to ask him, but I said, "What the fuck is Humphrey Bogart got to do with you and me?"
It's always an adventure. We should make like a show called Adventures with Chi Chi Salazar. Man,
Well,
I'll tell you.
listen, M'escapa la pipi. I know you're going to be watching and listening, Angel. M'escapa la pipi. We're going to do that with you. You're definitely that'll be an awesome.
Well,
one.
Michael, look, I know we're short on time with you, but if there's anything you would like to mention, please do so, and I'll wrap it up if you want.
The book is called Suburban Gangsters. It's a compelling tale of life in the drug trade in basically suburban Long Island, and it's quite an interesting story. It's available on Amazon. Pick yourself up a copy.
Thank you so much, and pick yourself up a copy because we are Michael Dineen of Suburban Gangsters. I'm so happy to meet you. Hopefully, we could do some stuff with you, expose your book, do everything we can to help you get it out there. It sounds like a great story, and I'm so happy.
I got one more question because I always get confused between Jewish and Irish last names. They look very similar. What is your heritage?
It's weird. It's all over the place.
You
It's,
could be Jewish though.
No, it's not Jewish.
No?
It's actually Irish, the Dineen part.
Okay, that's.
But
what it
my
is.
heritage is English, Irish, actually a little Italian and Portuguese.
Wow, that's
Weird,
something.
right?
No bogi tutto goes. No, we say Napoli. No bogi tutto goes. A little bit of everything.
Jumbo.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and I got to say, again,
So
I'm
you had a
looking forward to it.
combination of all of the elements, to that world, man. Italian, Irish,
Absolutely.
Portuguese.
Yeah, all the mob type families are represented.
You had it. You're all mixed up into one.
Well,
What was your nickname?
Prince Mikey D.
Wow.
Whoa,
Mikey D.
Mikey D. That's what they call me.
Mikey
Besides
D.
jumping
Gennaro.
Gennaro.
Mikey D,
Mike
that's his name.
Gennaro.
That's Mikey D.
Prince, and I guess,
He's
Prince
jumping
Mikey
Gennaro.
D.
I guess I could be a prince too.
Hey guys, let me just say thank you for having me on tonight.
Yeah.
You guys are a great bunch of guys, and I really enjoyed myself here tonight with you.
Well, I
It's
come
been a
back
pleasure.
I understand
It's
your
been a privilege.
circumstances, and I understand it, but I would have left that have you stayed through the whole show, but it's up to you.
You said you were a fireman, right?
Retired.
My father was 31 years in New York City.
Wow.
Lad of 16, engine 39.
Wow.
He looks like he could have been a fireman. I guess he didn't choose to be a
Yeah,
My
fireman.
dad,
Fireman.
he was great. I mean, he was like a super. He was really, really, really well known, and but he was retired. And then when 9/11 happened, he had all of a sudden this overwhelming urge to want to help, and he went down to help out with the cleanup, and he ended up getting cancer from it.
Oh, wow.
And it affected him a little later on, but it was when he got the radiation treatment caused the damage.
It's tough. It's tough.
Well, you know that one of our sisters here, Rocabella, that was her first charity mission with her product. Her husband was also Cheryl. And
We actually
Shirley-
forgot. I would have got you a bottle of the vodka. I completely forgot. We were so running around like nuts. We have a bottle of vodka to give to our guests
Well,
through
you're
to
gonna
our sponsor. But I guess
stop by another
we'll
time,
put one
get it.
aside for you.
Yeah.
We'll get it out
I hope
to you.
I'll see you guys again.
You drink vodka?
Once in a while.
Just with a little cocaine.
This is no. This has mango, pineapple, and coconut in it.
Yeah,
So
Nice.
it's
good
just
stuff.
a nice fusion.
That
Great on the
sounds really
rocks.
good.
Yeah.
But,
On the rocks though. On the rocks.
one more.
have to thank Eileen.
Oh, yes, we're going to thank Eileen Shapiro for all the wonderful guests she gets on our show. And we do want to thank Eileen for, again, that's Michael Dineen. And our
Thank you,
guest this
Eileen.
evening, also Fabrizio Grossi, who will be calling in a little bit. But one more time, Michael Dineen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I really wish you well with
Suburban
the book,
Gangsters.
Suburban Gangsters. And we're going to go to our Festa Italiana video, and we'll be back with
We can't leave without giving this guy a nacho.
Giuseppe. No, not Giuseppe.
Hold on. Just
Fab-
Fabrizio
Grossi.
Grossi.
Yes.
We got to give him a nacho. We can't let him leave without a nacho.
Sure, absolutely. And
This
then we'll-
is for you. This is for your book. This is for your journey. Uno, due, tre,
So,
nacho!
thank you so much, Michael Dineen. And